TBUNBAR. Or you can even send code a email, tburms@gmail, TBIRMS@gmail. Send us emails, okay? You want to be on the show, you want to be featured, go for it. You know, like I said, this is about us, this is about you. Go for it, okay?
I gotta be honest. Yeah, yeah. You're again, it's coming straight from my heart. I hope you believe me until they do us part. It's love and never end, coming straight from my heart. I hope you believe me until they do us part. It's love and never end. You captivated me the first time I saw you. Girl, what's your remedy? Don't down on me if the storm comes today. Yeah, hey, hey. Could never wash your love away. No.
Hello baby, can you come over? Right now loneliness taking over. Me need you tonight, yeah me lover. Come warm me up under the cover. Make we rock till the lampshade turn over. Rub me chest, rest your head on me shoulder. And make we listen some Anita Baker. Make love till we wake up the neighbor. Girl, you're all I need, and I'm always missing you. Miss you, baby. Miss you. I need your tenderness. I can't resist you. Miss you, baby. Miss you.
Say hello to all Facebook listeners. Hey Gail, thanks for dropping in just to say hi. So what does that mean? You're not staying for the whole show? That's what I mean. Tricky Fingers, good morning. Mr. Peter McLeod, good morning. This is the People's Chat Room, and our guests today will start with Rio Nelson. He is a personal trainer. He is also part of the iTunes Entertainment Magazine family. He's one of our new contributors, so we will have him on pretty soon. As I said earlier, attorney Marlon Hill could not make it. Well, he could have, but not in a timely manner, so I'm going to give him that. So we're going to have him on another show. And DJ Ziah is in the DJ Spotlight, and we have Dr. Lane Rollin that will be part of our conversation today. Remember, and you know what? Let me get this information because we want to feature small businesses. As I said earlier, you could take the horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. They just block our video because it may include what? I mean, Facebook is always tripping. Yeah, so let's just, you know what I'm saying? Facebook is always tripping.
And that's why I'm playing the music quick. Yeah, for those who don't realize that, why are you playing? I'm mixing these songs real quick. So,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so
always tripping. They always want to trip on the small man, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't going to trip on the big rascals. But it's all good. That's part of the game that we've been playing for the past how much decades. And we'll almost at the end of that game because people are waking up. Okay? We want to feature small businesses, but like I said earlier on, you could take the horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. We're making it possible for you to send us information that we could feature. We'll give you, because we're doing Zoom now, we will give you 5 minutes to pitch your service or your product. No charge. But like I said, we can't force you. It's up to you. I will mention one of my buddies from school. He has a hair salon in the, I think it's in the DC area, but we'll talk about that after we're done having that chat with Mr. Rio Nelson. Rio is getting prepared. I don't think he's ready just yet. We see in your Rio. And DJ Ziah is in the DJ Spotlight. And of course, our guest, Dr. Lane Rollin. Now, Dr. Rollin is now one of us. All right? He is an honorary Caribbean person. We pick in the island. You're a Trini. All right? You are a Trini, Dr. Rollin. Rio, you ready? I think he is. He is. So, Mr. Rio Nelson, Buddy by Rio. Good morning.
Good morning. It is still morning. No, it's actually afternoon now, but good afternoon, everyone.
Let's just say good morning for you. It's still morning for you.
Okay, well, good morning then. How's everyone?
Everyone is fine.
Beautiful, beautiful. I am so happy to be a part of this dynamic show. It is awe-inspiring. And Lima, I got to give it out to you. I mean, you and I, we go way back, and never knew that you had it going on like this. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
You're
and
welcome.
talk about fitness. Of course, you guys know fitness is my passion. And
well, remember, you used to be my personal trainer for at least, what was it? I think a full month. You killed me.
at least about 4 or 5 months, right?
You killed me.
Huh?
You killed me. I was complaining. I was complaining every time we meet.
I know you were. But
it took me like 3 weeks before I finally realized, you know what, stop complaining, just do it.
It's accountability, Lima. I mean, it's all about the accountability. And you were a good student, and I was actually pleased to, and it was a pleasure to train you. Okay, and I hope you're still keeping this going on. I mean, I hope you're still continuing your fitness program, with or without me. Are you? Yeah. Did I put you on the spot? Did I put you on the spot? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I am a personal trainer, and as Lima pointed out, I was her personal trainer for about 4 months. But and again, personal training is so important, and not just personal training, but just you being fit. Being fit is just paramount to a healthy life, a healthy lifestyle. I mean, I don't see how people do it. I don't see how you get up in the morning and one of your first thought after praying, I don't see how your first thought is not your body and your health. I mean, how can you there's nothing else that can happen until your feet hit the ground, right? So let's just all agree right now that waking up is very important, and being able to put your feet on the ground and get moving. So that's really what the premise that I come from is functionality. We want to be functional in our lives. We don't want to be just able to say we're existing or just say we're in life. I want to live, and I want to live well. And this is what I want everyone else out there to do. And if anything I can do to help you via my broadcast at 7:30 bi-weekly, live stream here on Facebook, I try to give you at least as much as I can within the time prescribed, so that you guys have just as much information. You can't do anything without information. Is that right, Lima?
That's right.
You can't do anything without information. And the more you know, the more you can do. And the more you have, the more is expected of you. So that's the premise in which I come from. I want to make sure everyone is comfortable, especially now with the pandemic, and it's still going on, folks. Don't kid yourself. But with us being kind of on a lockdown, somewhat, some of us, it really is important that we find other ways to get it done. If you can't go to the gym, I notice now that some gyms are opening back up, and that's great. But you don't always need to be in a gym. What you need to do, though, is you need to be motivated enough and disciplined enough to hold yourself accountable for your results. And nobody, it's going to be no one but you. What I put in my mouth won't affect you, and vice versa, right? So, so it's all about you taking responsibility for yourself. And I can assure you, if you have not adapted the workout lifestyle, it will become a part of your lifestyle once you begin. But the key is to begin. You must begin, folks. You have to begin. It doesn't have to be a perfect plan, but it needs to be a plan. And it needs to be something that you will stick to. That's when they ask me in some of my other, over my years of experience as a trainer, I've been asked this question many, many times. You know, what is the best workout plan or regimen that, you know, you can have? You know, my answer is always the same: the one in which you will stick with. You know, I mean, simply the one in which you will stick with. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be something that you enjoy and enjoy enough to continue doing it. And
that's why, let me just elaborate on that. That's why a lot of New Year's resolutions fail, because people don't stick with it because it's not realistic.
Absolutely. I don't even make resolutions, Lima. I mean, because it's not, saying words in the air is one thing, but if you haven't written it down somewhere, like they say, it's not done until it's written, you know? And you have to actually start recording your stuff. Just like I in my last broadcast on Thursday, we talked about tracking, more or less. Is it important to track your progress, to measure yourself? Of course, because if you can't measure, what you can't measure, you can't manage. And that's just my philosophy on it. There are those who differ, but in my opinion, it is very, very difficult, almost impossible to manage what you don't measure or to even evaluate it. So make sure you are measuring, make sure you are reading labels, you know, and especially when it's a product says best by date or use by date, you know, they put those on those packages for a reason, you know. So those are important. Don't overlook that, folks, just as you shouldn't overlook the ingredients in what you're about to put in your body. Because once it's in, you know, it's in. There, you have no more control over what happens to it from that point. So let's be mindful, let's be proactive, and let's get it done.
Thank you, Rio. That's good advice right there. Let's be mindful. Let's be active and let's get it done. And no, I have not stuck to. Actually, man, it would have been nice if you were still in Orlando.
You know, I often think about that, and but I'm needed more here. You know.
I know.
But I do plan to come back to Orlando very soon. Once, you know, you guys, you know, you're getting a little spike there. I'm keeping up with the news. So you guys are spiking.
That's because of our esteemed governor, you know. So
absolutely. And the lack of focus and responsibility that people aren't giving this thing. And but as soon, I can assure you, as soon as it gets under control there, I will be there.
All right.
And I will definitely look you up and the good folks at iTunes Radio.
You don't have a choice. You have to look us up. Well, let me back it up on that. You do have a choice, but we hope that you will, you know, follow through. You have a blessed weekend, Rio.
I will, and you guys do the same. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
All righty.
Thank you. So that was our personal trainer, our iTunes Entertainment Magazine trainer, contributor, Mr. Rio Nelson. And let me use this opportunity to let you all know that the new issue of iTunes Entertainment Magazine, and you see I have my t-shirt on, is now up on our website, itunesentmagazine.com. Please go check it out, okay? Our featured entertainer is Vaughn. Trouble in the Morning. We also have some new features in there. Where Are They Now? Where we had a conversation with Chris Garcia. You know him? Chutney, bacana, chutney, bacana. Chutney, 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 chutney. Yes, we have a feature on him. We also have Miss Shaz Brown. Miss Shaz, as I like to call her, is stylist to the stars. Some of the people that she takes care of their hair. We're talking about Paris Hilton, Venus and Serena Williams. She was even the stylist for Aaliyah. She's also the stylist for a lot of the hip-hop artists out there like DJ Khaled, T.I., Rick Ross, and the rest of them. So that's another good article. You need to check it out. Go to the website, itunesentmagazine.com. We also have an article from Rio. To be fit is to be focused, or is it to be focused is to be fit? I can't remember exactly how it flowed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to turn you back over to DJ Code Red so we could get some hype And then we will have DJ Ziah in our DJ Spotlight.
So hooked on soca.
Swoke up, Johnny.
This vibe got me hooked. Hola. Na 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 na. So hooked on soca. Na 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 na.
Your vibe. Right now the liquor in the system, jamming on a girl. Plenty pretty woman and plenty bacchanal. I'm so hooked on soca, feeling like a doll. Can't worry about my worries. Thank you, Carnival.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. So somebody feel me. If you bring the vibe in here, so don't kill it. Put you and them up to the ceiling. Soca music give with the feeling.
Yeah. Dance all of me heart and me soul, but me nah lie, me love soca. Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada, the Caribbean taking over. Me nah like pretty woman in a costume, make man a ball out toga. And with all this rum in abundance, I could never be so. Right now the liquor in me system, jamming on a girl. Plenty pretty woman and plenty bacchanal. I'm so hooked on soca, feeling like a doll. Can't worry about my worries, thank you, Carnival.
I just want to say hello to my niece, Paula King. She's checking us out. Of course, DJ Militia, thank you for tuning in. Susan Hunt, one of my homies from school. We went to school together. That was, we used to hang out after school, wait for the bus to go to school back in the day. Well, you don't know anything about this school. Anyhow, Cheryl Sue, hi. My niece, Addison, and Miss Roxanne Deanne Brown Phillips. Thank you for tuning in to the Facebook portion of
Telling me I don't know.
the people's chat room. Yeah, because I used to go to Princeton Senior Comprehensive. Initially, it was Pleasantville Senior Comprehensive, and then they sent us to Princeton because the school wasn't ready yet. So we had to do 1 year in Pleasantville. So we all used to hang out together, you know what I mean? Just like how you had your buddies in high school, I had my buddies in high school too, right? Susan Hunt was one of them. Cheryl Sue, she now lives in Barbados. She was also one of my buddies from school. Oh yeah, so now let me take it back over to DJ Code Red.
Sound City International.
To my buddy Gary Connell. He's got a twin brother, Barry, but this one is about Gary. After 15 years, this was the feature in Reuters. So my boy making news and thing, you know. Why so many black-owned U.S. businesses are hardest hit by coronavirus shutdowns. After 15 years working as a hairstylist in other people's salons, Gary Connell opened his Healthy Hair Studio in Montgomery County, Maryland in early March, sinking his savings into a two-chair shop in a busy mall. It hadn't even been up and running for a full month when stay-at-home orders were issued because of the novel coronavirus shutting down the mall. Gary, 57, went 2 months with no income before Maryland loosened restrictions in early June, allowing him to take a limited number of clients. He couldn't access the federal government's small business loan program or get unemployment insurance. His situation isn't unusual. And let me just say this, U.S. black-owned small businesses are highly concentrated in retail, restaurants, and other service industries, most affected by shutdowns and social distancing. So we're going to have Gary on either probably next week to just share his experience. And his experience reflects the experience of many small business owners. And again, we're going to take this opportunity. I want to say I'm talking about myself and Code. The People's Chat Room is here for you. I posted on Facebook to encourage people to share, inbox me, message me, share under that particular post your information so that we could share on the show, so we could feature you. People didn't take the bait. Gary was one of the few that did, as well as Mark DeVitale. All right, Facebook should be used for more than just, sharing bacchanal, okay? So we encourage you. So let me turn you back over to DJ Code Red as we get ready for DJ Ziah to put him in the spotlight.
Neighbor, this land need a blessing. In me dream a black devil roaming, posing in and on a woman winding, showing powder, jumping and laughing. In the rhythm section now start to knock. Me house start to shake about 4 o'clock. She ball out and hold she head is a big truck. Come me go kill me dead singing. Tuesday morning, I come to wine on somebody. Tuesday morning, throw the paint all over way. Tuesday morning, they say we drunk and we own way. Never no dream this is Juve. And this jabbing oil that out the mass. Big truck and woman, them woman come out for iron. The rhythm section now jumping up. Look the band now coming round the block. She say they go raise the dead cause the basement song like a straight from hell singing. Juve morning, I come to wine on somebody. Juve morning, I bring rum for all away. Juve morning, sun come up and we don't take. Until we numb, paint on mud and rum, trouble in the tongue, wine and tumble down, drink until we numb, paint on mud and rum, done. Don't hold back at all. So free up yourself and just let go now. Can't come off your phone now. Make that bam bam roll now. What you waiting for? People coming down from all over. Just a jump to soca. Come a little closer and along. You are the best when you move in your back to down up, then down, go down, go down. Mama give you good jeans. I could see that in your jeans. When the wine get done and create a scene, make you white as can believe. Ulele, 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 eh. Ooh baby, eh. Ooh yeah, eh. Girl, shake where your mama, shake where your mama give you, shake where your mother, roll back where your mama give you, shake where your mama, shake where your mama give you, shake where your mother, roll back where your mama.
All right. DJ Ziah.
Yo.
Yo. You
Yeah.
always that low key. Yo. So you're in the spotlight today.
Yes.
Now, I've had the opportunity while I was off from work for, well, during the last week before I went back out to work, well, 2 weeks, and I was checking out your show. You're something else, man. You play you're really good on the ones and twos. That's what I'm trying to
Thank
get at.
you. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You got a good vibe. You're steady, and I like the music that you play. Yes, it's predominantly soca, but I've also noticed that you play some of the music that I really don't hear. Um, you don't play the same thing over and over like most of the DJs. You spread it out, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I like that. So, how have you been managing?
Um, well, I mean, just taking it one day at a time right now, because I guess since my last official gig was like the first week of March, so I haven't had anything since then. So I've been pretty much at the house just trying to make it through.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit nosy, if you don't mind me.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get a little bit nosy. Okay. So do you work otherwise, or is music your only gig?
Well, I'm a audiovisual freelancer and I DJ for different events as well. So that was what I was doing at this point in time.
So that has been impacted also because they slowed down or ceased a lot of events and activities because of shelter in place.
Exactly. Yeah. So everything like March, the first weekend in March was my last gig. And then after that, all concerts, shows, corporate events, everything got shut down.
Okay, so how so now that I have a new framework within which to ask this question again, I'll go at it again. How have you been managing? Because that's
Um,
months, pretty much.
yeah,
Three.
I guess I mean, pretty much it's just been on unemployment right now, pulling in whatever I get from there. And then my fiance is still working, so she
That's an
works from
income.
home. So at least we still have that income coming in. So it hasn't been as tough as I mean some other people may have had it. So but right now it's kind of a balance for me right now. So I
So
give thanks
music,
for that.
give thanks all the time. So music and has been your shows and just getting on that the ones and twos has been your outlet in many ways than just
Pretty
one.
much. Yeah. So that's kind of my I guess, release to get out to at least play music or do something audio wise.
Okay. Well, I'm one of those people that have been benefiting from it because during the week or two that I actually started paying closer attention, I should say, because trying to get the magazine ready has been was kind of like taking up a lot of my time, especially within the
Mm.
last part of May and the beginning of June, and I stayed on for the 2 shows that I saw with you. I stayed on for the whole thing, which is not normal for me. Normally I'll sit, listen, and then I have to go do something. But
Yeah.
if I go into the kitchen, I took the phone with me. I went outside, I took the phone with me. It was really interesting to sit down and listen and just feel the vibe. So I appreciate it. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do it a little different each show, and spread it out a little bit to play music, not just the same thing each and every time, but spread it out a little bit with everybody.
Well, it's not going unnoticed, so I appreciate it, and I really think that you belong to a really good family that will be there to support you. So I want to part of your support system's enough respect, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I can't listen on Tuesday because I know sometimes you do pop-up shows. So you and I saw someone else did a pop-up show. I think it was Julian did a pop-up show one time too. I'm not
Yeah, he did on Sunday.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
But thank you for being part of the DJ Spotlight and enough respect.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
having me.
Hey, you're welcome.
Big up to you guys. And
It's not gonna be the last time. So just letting you know that.
nah,
Okay.
anytime
all right.
you need me, I'm there.
Thank you, Ziah. You take care, right?
You as well. Big up to Code Red.
Sorry. I'm multitasking. Good afternoon, sir. How you
I
doing?
see. I have to do
You and
that.
the
I
family.
good, man.
All right.
All right, take care, okay?
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye. So that was DJ Ziah in the DJ Spotlight. Enough respect, part of the iTunes Radio family. And we will bring him back again on a second rounds of this after we go through all the DJs from iTunes, the iTunes roster. We're going to go outside a little bit, and then we'll come back iTunes. But I like where we're going with that song. Chocolate.
Just want to catch a vibe, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Father God, you outdid yourself. How you gonna make these women so immaculate? You went a little overboard, just a little overboard. But see, the attitude is what we love in them. I find them stronger down in the Caribbean, cause they don't take shit from no one. I show right around that time. And your car was outside, and inside I see the lights. Girl, you never leave your home. I see when you come out with your phone to let him in the door. Why you telling me you're not home? That what you're telling me. Well, what you're telling me. You feel like on yesterday. Don't try to run my life. I wanna wish all my real good friends and them happy friend anniversary. Friend anniversary. You've been good to me. I wanna wish all my real good friends and them happy friend anniversary. Friend anniversary. You've been good to me. Yeah, my friend and them love to party. We come from a betting hood. Everybody know everybody. So when we touch the road, carnival open. Another episode. We just come out, we zone to roll. Cause we could mash up any party, mash up any fest, jump up till we wet. You see this is we friend anniversary. First place that we met. We're my friends, them in this fete. I wanna wish all my real good friends and them happy friend anniversary. Friend anniversary. You've been good to me. I wanna wish all my real good friends and them happy friend anniversary. Friend anniversary. You've been good to me. Anytime you
All right, so I want to say hi to Ronald Jamont. I hope I'm saying your name right, Ronald. My cousin Judy Nathaniel, she said, hi, my cousin, you are so intelligent and caring. Blessings flow upon you always. Love you. Thank you, sweetie. And of course, my little buddy, Susan Hunt. Yes, Gil, the good old days. You know, you can't bring that back, you know. We just have them here in the archives, our memory archives. I waiting to hear my song, you know, man. And that song that was played earlier on was Chocolate by Adam O and Victorious.
What song you talking about?
I mean, what song I
What
talking
song
about?
you talking about?
Voice.
Wouldn't say that.
Oh, well, I thought you knew.
I
Of course, there's a couple of them, right? There's a couple of them. I like Trouble in the Morning by Vaughn. And please check out the new issue of iTunes Entertainment Magazine at www. I gotta say the www. iTunes and magazine.com.
All I feel we DJs psychic and we just know.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you know, people that do to be DJs.
Well,
They just come up and it's like, I don't know the name of the song, but what the lyrics go la la ah 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 da ah da 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 da. You know that song, and if you know it, you can play it.
well, the joke with that too is to just be asking that when the music already playing, so it's that you can't really understand what they're saying because you're just hearing them
and it's loud, and it's loud. Or you know what they'll do?
I feel it,
They'll bring your phone. Can you play this song for me, please? I'm about to leave. Well, hurry up and leave. When you leave, I'll play it for you.
I never seen that one.
You never. Oh God, we know much garbage we just get.
Okay, but my garbage just be pretty much this. There are songs that I like. And I remember whenever I do go out, or did go out back then, the one song I used to like to hear all the time when I would harass you, I would harass GT, I would harass Kevorkian, Fallen by Kess. Okay, so I've moved on now. Now it's about voice. Voice.
Well, I have one more before voice.
All right, no worries.
You sure?
Yeah, man.
You sure?
Yeah.
I may not remember your name, but trust me, I know the face. I know the face. I may not remember your name, but trust me, I know the face. I know the face. If I could count every grain of sand on the beach, when you morning every waving hand in the street, yeah. Please pardon me if I don't know your name, but I know the face. Last time I saw you, you was in the middle jumping up, having a time. I could see you winding up that waist from miles away. On a truck singing a song, you know every line to it. And I can hear you when you call. I may not remember your name, but trust me, I know the face. I know the face. I may not remember your name, but trust me, I know the face. I know the face. You look familiar, I just can't tell you from where or when. All we is family, it don't matter, I know you're my friend. Might forget your name along the way, okay, but just in case, I know the face, I know the face. If I could track every foot that trip down the street, would trace it back to a fete that I was in, yeah. It's all we was there outside the gate and they let me in. Last time I saw you, you was in the middle jumping up, having a time. I could see you winding up that waist from miles away. On our truck singing a song, you know every line to it. And I ain't hear you when you call. Hey, I may not remember your name, but trust me, I know the face. I know the face. Hey, I may not remember your name, but trust me, I know the face. I know the face.
You see that trust in there? Keep that. You see that curtain there? Keep that. We don't need your fancy stage, brother. Once the training reaching your vet is nice. Boy, hands in the sky, we bring vibes. Once we reaching your vet is
I just want to explain. I know that many people are trying to share the video, but they blocked us for 41 seconds, 41 lousy seconds in 4 countries. And that is what is inhibiting sharing the stream. So it's Facebook at its best. What can I say? But we're going to keep on doing what we got to do just because.
You know I'm upset, right? You know I'm upset.
Well, I'm upset too.
You know I'm
but,
upset.
what can we do?
You know I'm upset. I am.
I'm upset
And this is
too.
why I want to get off this platform when it comes to.
Well, that's why, the YouTube is so important.
It's so important. Yeah, exactly. The YouTube channel
Yeah.
is so important to us, so that we can continue to play. We can continue. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. So we're trying to share it, but it's impossible to share it. So that's why it's so important to listen from the radio itself. But hey, it is what it is.
Taking over me soul. It's the kind of thing that I cannot control. Messing with me body, messing with me mind. Every time it hit me, my night is not to wine. And today I go make my name. Today I go change the game. I'm feeling fine. I don't care about shame. I want everybody just leave me alone. When you see me, please don't bother me. Just stay out the way. Leave me alone. Oh, my head in a mess. I feel like possessed. 'Cause I can't stop. Say I can't stop. What them stop? Say what them stop. I can't stop. Say I can't stop. What them stop? Say what them stop. I can't stop. Say I can't stop. What them stop? Say what them stop. I can't stop. Say I can't stop. Look back down on the road like a zombie. Falling down on myself like a junkie. Whining all in the bed like a junkie. This thing got to bed like a junkie. I out on patrol, 3-0 in me hand. Looking for a better to jump up in a van. I don't have no worries, I don't have no fear. I have been the best time, my hands up in the air. And I feel my skin won't get well, 'cause I can be here until but I don't.
All right, so we're getting ready for Dr. Lane Rollin, who is our guest, and I need you guys to work with us to appeal this because it makes absolutely no sense. It's 41 seconds, not 41 minutes. Makes no sense. And that's the reason why we cannot share it. You can't share it. So in order to see the actual video, you have to climb on top of my page and not, But the good thing is when we're done, we're going to share the page. I'm going to download it and share it. It's all good. So we're getting ready for Dr. Rollin. Like a jumbie.
Coconut milky.
You're jumping right there on the meat, on the key. Nice one.
On the coconut milk.
coconut milk with the rice and peas and everything. You know, that's what does bring out the flavor. You know that, right?
Yeah,
You know.
you know something like coconut milk. Talk to Code Red about the lotion on the elbow.
You hear we say talk to Code about it.
Right now, that's why the video on you and not on me.
So, Dr. Rodden, let me tell you what's going on here. We have to. I'm going to download it and I'm going to share it again because they blocked us for 41 seconds at the top of the show when we went live on Facebook because of a song. 41 seconds. So right now we can't share the stream, but we're going to work around it. In the meantime, you're live on iTunes Radio, and tomorrow it'll be in the recorded version on islandbeatradio.net. So the majority of the audience is going to get it. That's
no
important.
problem. You know, I'm fine. Hey, we're all in the same boat, and so we're rowing up here. I'm with you guys. So whatever we need to do.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And we do have Kutsky in the magazine, and for September, we're going to do an article on you. I'm looking forward to that. So, you know, I'm going to be throwing some questions at you in that article that is not your typical questions. So get ready for it, all right?
Girl, let me tell you something. I've done so many programs, NBA, Derek Luke, everybody, but I enjoy this show. I love you guys.
Thank
Love
you.
Saturday, got the Jamaican music, the Trinidadian music, the Caribbean, and then look at you. You put lotion on your feet. You know, your feet ache. Yeah, elbows. Oh, look.
Even though there are times we're proud to be ashy, I tell you.
Bravo.
So Dr. Rollins, we in this. You think we started the second? Yeah, we started the second wave. You see what's happening? We haven't.
No, we haven't even started the second wave. You want me to tell you the truth or make you feel?
No. Do we want the truth? We don't want the watered down version. You're not popular for the watered down version. You just call it like you see it. So bring the truth.
No, we're not even at the second wave, folks. We're only at 10% of the population affected with COVID-19. And for you to get to what we call, the other side of the pandemic, you have to get to 70%. We haven't even got there. We're still in the first phase. So you can imagine what's going to happen when we get to the second phase. We're already predicting 25,000 people are going to die every month. This month, July, August, September, and October, the numbers are going to go up to 50,000 a month because of the COVID-19 and also influenza at the same time in the population.
Wow, that's rock heavy right there.
But the reality is that, so when you say that, is so I want people to understand that for us to get into the second wave, we have to be at 25% of the population. So we're only at 10%. We haven't got to 15%. We need 15% more here in the United States. We need 15% more worldwide. So we can get into that 25% initial wave. The second wave is going to be 50% of the population. Has to be infected in that moment. That is huge. So you can see where this is going. And this is where everybody made the mistake, talking about, bourgeois, this ain't real, drink Clorox, it's going to go away. It ain't going away. In Florida, you guys are up to 4,000 or 5,000 cases a day.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's going to blow up. You guys, Florida is going to be just like New York in 2 weeks.
But you see the difference between Florida and New York is that New York had a governor that was proactive. This governor here in Florida, he's one of Trump's boys. So he's just on that same, mindset. So, he doesn't even want to have a mandate for wearing masks. Every individual county right now is what's taking up that mandate. So you find that Orange County Mayor Demings, he's saying that he's mandating you've got to wear a mask. Osceola County, same thing, but the governor of Florida refuses to have a statewide mandate for you to wear masks. He's just in La La Land somewhere.
Well, he's a fool, and not based off of science and medicine. He's killed a lot of people. He's gonna get a lot of people killed. That's just a fact because he's got his head buried in the sand. You have to have information. In the military, we don't do a mission in the military and have half the information or bury our heads in the sand. Mm-hmm. We know from A to Z. Mm-hmm. We have an A, B, C, D, E, and this is not a game. And the people that are going to get hurt the worst
are going to be Black folks in Miami, Orlando, throughout the state. We were already in the back of the bus. So you can imagine what's going to happen, what's happening now with the death rate, and so this is very important that, that you, because you're a leader, you're a superstar, that you communicate, this to the people. Code Red, you need to make sure you're telling people the accurate information, because if not, I promise you, y'all won't be laughing when September comes around.
Well, the thing is, they've decided to go silent on putting out the actual data of those infected because, well, of course, they're being mandated by, I don't know what it is, but before you could get daily information as to how many people have been infected, how many people have died. That was something that they were putting out on a daily basis. They've stopped. So we going to work on mornings. I listen to 94.5. I didn't want to put that plug out there, but I have. And they are putting it out individually. But statewide, they're not doing that. They're all into this fake news thing. So they're not giving into it. They're not doing it. And okay, today is where they're going to have that convention in Tulsa. So when those people leave and go out and start interacting with the public, that might be what is going to propel the second wave, you think?
No, it's not going to propel it. It's going to accelerate the first phase. And you might as well take the same concept that happened with Mardi Gras. Everybody's in New Orleans. All over infected. Everybody left. And that was really, in the South, that was really ground zero. It was Mardi Gras. So this Tulsa, Oklahoma, folks, is going to get a lot of people hurt, injured, sick from COVID-19, because when them people leave there, because it's their constitutional rights, they're going to go affect the whole entire country, and they're going to affect more people. And we've already talked about R-naught numbers. One individual affected with COVID-19 can affect up to 3.5 up to 10 people at one time. So you can imagine the numbers, jumping on their airplanes, jumping on the buses, in their cars, going to gas station, not washing their hands, talking about their constitutional rights. That's how I say it. What they say, we're talking about our constitutional rights. Well,
good impression.
When we put you in a constitutional body bag, you can talk all you want then.
And you see, but the tragedy of that is the innocent people that are going to be infected because of their stupidity, because they're not wearing masks. When they go into this place, they're not staying 6 feet apart. So when they leave there and they head out on the planes and all of that, it's innocent people that didn't know they went to this, whatever it is that they're going to, this rally today, that's going to be infected. And I think if you're stupid, you alone should die in your stupidity. Don't infect everybody else. I know I'm sounding angry, but
you should be angry. Everybody should be angry, because you have a constitutional right not to be infected. That's why we're on this. That's why I'm on your radio program. I'm on whatever you need me to do to be that spokesperson, to make sure that our people and people in general understand biosecurity protocols. I mean, right now, if you needed us, you can call SRS, and they have the solution from beginning to the end.
Okay, so let's talk about SRS, because I had heard, well, that Zoom link that you sent me with RJ Harper. So I was listening in, and I tried to find the link, and I couldn't after that, because I wanted to be able to look at the soap and the different products that they had on there. But let me just mention it while you're on the air. SRS Inc. names top international virologist and bioweapons expert, Dr. Lane Rollin, as Chief Medical and Science Officer. Can you tell us what SRS is all about? I mean, I have an idea, but for the listeners, please.
Well, okay, the SRS is System Ready Solution. It is the only company on the planet, the world, that I back, because it's the only company in the world that has complete technology to fight COVID-19 and provide biosecurity and biosafety protocols, i.e., we design protocols to give people the ability to function in this environment. We opened up a school in Jackson, Mississippi, and a church last weekend. So for example, SRS has what we call temperature facial recognition tablets. We put them on front of a building. So before you get to that building with your mask on, it'll say you have a temperature or no temperature. If your normal temperature, the door opens up and you're allowed to go into the door inside the building. If you're hot, you need to contact your public health official or your nurse or your school nurse. That's the technology. We have the only solution on the planet called ProGuardium that actually kills COVID-19. Not you think so. COVID-19, we've done the test. We went to a nursing home with 52 infected patients, tested them for COVID-19. They were positive. Then we tested the building because we can test facilities. I can test a school, a church, an airplane, and we would know the results from COVID-19 within 90 minutes. And so what we did, we had 52 positive patients. We went to the nursing home in Detroit. We took the patients out. We tested it positive for COVID-19 on the toilet, in the air filtration unit, on the bottom of people's shoes, on the beds, on the toilet stall, in wheelchairs. And then we disinfected the whole building with our cleaning team, our disinfected team, and then we retested it using PCR tests within 90 minutes, and we killed COVID-19. And then we did a quality control, sent it to an independent verifier, and we got a white paper, science paper that says it kills COVID-19. Clorox doesn't kill COVID-19.
So it kills COVID-19 on external surfaces, right?
Right.
But what about the internally? You're still working on that.
No. We know what we have. Okay, let me explain to how we are part of our protocol. Part of the protocol is ProGuardium. The temperature facial recognition is another part of it. Well, when you go into a building that we have secured for COVID-19, so say, okay, we'll use your school.
Yes.
Dr. Rowland, can you come and check our school out? Well, our testing team will go there and we would test different areas, high contact areas. It comes back and says it's COVID-19 positive. Wow, you have COVID-19 in your building. Well, what we do is and you want us to design protocols, procedures for you. So first thing we do is that we go in there and we disinfect that building with our ProGuardium, our solution. And then what we do is we design protocols so that people cannot get COVID-19. So for example, person comes to the building, one door, one entrance, temperature facial recognition, normal person comes in, we have a stationery that you can wash your hands with our antiseptic soap that lasts 24 hours, kills viruses, bacteria, and fungus. And then you go into what we call our SRS safe zone, where you're sprayed with our ProGuardium from head down to the bottom of your shoes. So all COVID-19 on the outside of your body is completely killed. Doesn't affect your eyes. You can breathe it in, doesn't bother you. No irritant, no side effects naturally. Then you go into what we call our protective zone, which has already been tested for COVID-19. It's been disinfected with our ProGuardium. It's a protective safe zone, but most people don't realize is that one of the most contaminated places is the bathroom. So we disinfect the bathroom with our ProGuardium. We put what we call a mist of ProGuardium, a machine in the bathroom that sprays ProGuardium and keeps that place sterile. And people have their mask on, they wash their hands, they're in that environment. That's why we were able to open up.
It's a sanitized environment, which pretty much makes it a safe environment.
Exactly, absolutely. So SRS is a minority-owned company. We're the only company in the world that has all this technology in-house. One of the principal guys is a guy named Charles Pickett. And guess what? We also have our company is based also in St. Croix.
Oh, okay.
On navigation construction. So we can provide the same service, ProGuardium, to the people of the Caribbean, Trinidad, Tobago, TNT. That's, oh God, coconut milk. Oh.
You know what? You just love us Caribbean people, and we appreciate you so much. We gotta get that information out though.
Yeah, because Saturday is just the music.
Feel good music. Feel good music.
It's the best music you guys have. It inspires you. It makes you better. It makes me want to be the best doctor in the world. I mean, it's just beautiful. But I want people to know that we're the only company, SRS, on the planet that has this technology. You go to the website right now, you're going to fall out. you better sit down before you hit your head, because I can't come there and help you because you're going to be shocked, because this is what it's about. It's technology based off of science and medicine. If you understand the science, you understand the medicine. If you understand the medicine, you understand the science. You just said yourself, your governor of your state is a fool.
He's a fool.
I wouldn't be messing with him. You need to be proactive in your care, because our responsibility at SRS is to save all people's lives. That's our responsibility.
So we got to get this information out, because as you know, and not a whole lot of people do know this, I do work in a prison. I'm not going to call the name of the correctional institution, but institutions like prisons, schools, we need that kind of sanitization. Why? Because that is a petri dish for everything to be in. How do we get that information out other than being on my show? And you tell me, and I will help. Whichever way I can, I will help.
Well, I know that we'll be running like over 300 commercials in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so you need to tell your folks at the prisons that, hey, we can come there and test the facility for COVID-19. We'll let you know the prison has COVID-19, because a lot of people don't realize the facilities, the school, McDonald's, the hotels can be a source of an infection. Somebody can cough on a bed. Somebody could spit in the hotel floor, and that stuff is still there. And so that you can be picked up there. So you have to have great biosecurity protocols designed by SRS, period. End of.
Okay, Dr. Rollin, if it's possible, can you find out if I can get like a 60-second, I'll text it to you later when I leave, a 60-second commercial that I could share on Instagram and stuff like that for SRS. Because I want to be able to do my part, because we need this information to get out there, because they need help. We need help, because right now the federal government ain't doing jack. It's just individual governors trying to do their part. And those governors predominantly are governors that are not in red states. Red state governors like Florida, please. We dying over here, straight up.
Hey, I understand it, and that's what I've learned a long time ago. If you have power, you can make change. Let me repeat that again. If you have power, you can make change. So your local Black community guys or mayors that own these cities, and they can make that decision right now to bring us in. Don't be worrying about the federal government, because by the time he gets to you guys, a lot of people gonna be in body bags. That's
all right, cool. I will stay on top of you for you to get me that video. Don't send it as a face, as a.
No.
I need the actual video.
Right, I'm gonna have.
We're being spammed right now. Gotta let you know. We're being bombed right now by people trying to get in on the Zoom link, and we have to keep removing it.
That's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But I'm gonna have RJ Harper, our global vice president of marketing, contact you personally. I'm gonna hook you guys up one-on-one. Y'all make it up. Hey, no talk, action.
Action.
Because when we are delaying and talking about next week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks and 4 weeks, kids can die. And we want to save lives, period. End of story. The first lives we want to save is our people. And then the second is we'll save everybody else. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to be responsible for our own salvation on this one, period.
Period. There is no other savior. We have to save us. It's like, being on an airplane, and that mask drops down, and what do they say? Put it on yourself first before you put it on anybody else. That's exactly what's going to be happening here.
So you understand the fact that we have to get our kids back in school. We know that for example, in Mississippi, in Lexington, Mississippi, there are 3,000 kids that get their food, breakfast and lunch from the school.
Oh yeah, not just in Mississippi, here. Once you're on that free and reduced lunch, you have to depend on getting it while they're in school. If they're not in school, they're not being fed because their parents are, below the poverty level. That's why the only good thing they've done in this state is it this state or no? They did it in this state, where they're making food cards available for parents whose kids are on reduced lunches, and they're sending it in the mail so that way they could help feed the children while they're, during this period of social distancing. But that's just some kids. What about, this is real dire here. Real dire.
No, that's, this is part of our calling. This is what I am. This is what SRS is all about. That's why I'm the chief science. I'm a medical chief science officer for the guys, because we deal with reality. We're the professionals. You look at what we've done at SRS. We're talking about, we've had almost $1 billion in contracts, for the federal government, FEMA, Hurricane Katrina. We've done work in St. Croix and the islands, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We are the professionals. We're military guys. We're a minority-owned company. We're veterans. Who better than, we got Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy. Who better than to save our people than the military guys like SRS? There's nothing to talk about. Fact.
Okay, so give RJ my number.
I will.
Let me get whatever I need to get from him so I could do my part and we could do our part, because I feel a sense of urgency. And
you know what? It should. And it's sad. And I don't have to tell you, because we talked, 6 weeks ago, about your dry feet and putting lotion on it and all that good stuff. Now we're here today, and guess what? Did anything I say has not changed?
No.
Am I been right on the money?
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. Is it going to get worse?
Yeah.
So what we need to do is make sure that we put in protocols and procedures so people can function in what we call the new normal.
Okay.
And this is new normal. And the new normal is that you will be wearing a mask. You will be washing your hands. You will be using ProGuardium. There will be facial recognition tablets like we have on the front of dollar store, on a Walmart, where you go there and it goes temperature, positive, no allowed, temperature, normal, door opens up. This helps us in what we call containment and mitigation. This is what it's all about. And one thing I want to make sure that you understand, we have the ability to go to TNT, Trinidad. We have the ability to go to the Caribbean, because we have our company is based also in St. Croix. We have navigational construction, Charles Pickett. We've done millions of dollars of projects in the Caribbean, and we want to bring this stuff to the people there, because the islands is very important on having tourism and trying to get their things back open. So that's what we're here for.
Okay. All right, Dr. Rollin, I will chat with you off the air sometime later on today, because we just got to get this done.
Well, we have a saying. I want you guys to remember this saying. We have a called Aetna, not Judy. We say Aetna.
Mm-hmm.
Early detection, necessary action.
Yeah.
Early detection, necessary
action.
That's Aetna. Best in the military, SRS, we do Aetna. Early detection, necessary action. We find it early, we fix the problem, and we move on. We don't wait to get to the second 2 minutes left in the quarter, 2 minutes left in the game, and then we're talking about we need 14 points. No. We, Aetna, early detection, necessary action. That's what we do to save people's lives. And take it seriously, guys, because the folks that are out there, and with the protesting, and I love it, but man, they're gonna, this case is, wait 2 more weeks from now, you're gonna see what happens with the numbers. It's gonna go out the roof.
They are aware of the dangers, but this is something that they want to do. They feel the need to do, because that's the way we're getting things done. That's the way we're looking at legislature happening. That's the because of them, a lot of this is happening. And like I said, they are aware of the danger. So, I mean, it is what it is as far as they're concerned, but, bless them, bless their hearts.
I love them. I support them 100%, because when I was on the radio station in Jackson, Mississippi, where Martin Luther King talked, Medgar Evers. I mean, it's just a historical radio station, Jackson, Mississippi. And I was talking to folks in Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, and I told everybody, guys, people need to remember the Tulsa riots, burning down Black Walmart. People need to remember that these white folks injected Black people with syphilis in 1932, and that went on through 1972. So do not tell me about moral compass. Do not get in my face telling me about it's all right. Forget about it. Dr. Rollin, I have moral compass. because I want to save all people, black and white children. And this is what my responsibility is as a doctor, and all the work I did in the jungles of Peru, saving kids that don't look like me. I don't even speak their language, but I'm there to serve God and help people. That's what it's about. But people need to remember what we went through because they never talked about it before. Now it's out in the
Not in
open.
history books. It's not in history books. We
Thank
know
you.
about it because it's by word of mouth, and for some books where they have that African American history in it. But it's not in the history books that you find in schools because it was necessary for them to keep us out of, information, the information system. But
Girl,
all of
let me
that is
tell-
changing because people are waking up. Like I said earlier on in the show, when George Floyd was killed, that just triggered something in people to where we're at a point now where they don't give a shit. Everybody's out there doing what they need to do and just waking up because we need to put an end to this. We need to move on to a plateau or a level where, something has been done. Don't tell us. Put it in legislation. Let it be a law that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this to black people. You shouldn't lynch people in 2020. You shouldn't, okay, so this is one of my soapboxes. So Dr. Rollin, I apologize.
Hey.
We gotta go though.
No, you're fine because I went to Rosewood in Florida. I went to Rosewood, Florida, where they burnt all them black people out, just like in Tulsa, killed all the black people. I went to Rosewood, Florida. I remember driving there looking for it, and I was asking people about it. Them white guys going, "What you want to know about Rosewood, boy?" Because they know what they did back in Rosewood, Florida. Just the same thing when they killed all the blacks in Tulsa. I understand. But my job and responsibility for SRS, and they say I'm the black Dr. Fauci. No, I'm just Dr. Rolling. I'm Lane Rolling. I like you, just call me Chief, is to make sure I bring information to you folks, our people, firsthand, based in science and medicine, reality.
Okay.
You can take that.
Dr. Rollin, I'm gonna of course, let's see if we could bring it back in August because July is gone. Because I need to talk about where SRS is. We need to see I'd like to measure it in true fashion. If we could measure where we are, where we're going, and keep the light glowing, keep it bubbling, because I don't want nobody to fall asleep. All right? But we got to go because it's almost 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Can I call you later on today?
Good, you can call me anytime. I'm gonna go get some coconut milk now. Give me some beans and rice.
To send you some Trini food via mail so you can get. I cook it today, you get it next day, you get it later on today. I need to send you some pilau.
Yeah, tell Code Red keep the music going.
Thank you, sir.
Tell him to make sure he puts lotions on his elbows. I can see it from here.
He just showed it to you. You have a blessed day, Dr. Rollin. You take care, right?
Bye, guys. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. It's a lot of information. And it makes your anxiety peak a little bit more, but it's necessary knowledge. I just want to say hi to Dillis Daniel and Pam Cat. Y'all, thanks for tuning in. We know it's kind of difficult, but we'll see what we can do later on. We're not deleting this video. This video stays. All right, so let me turn you over to DJ Code Red. But before I turn you over to DJ Code Red, I want to say have a blessed rest of the day. Be proactive. Be safe. Vote in 2020. Voting has consequences. We know that because we have Trump in power right now. Get out and vote. Make your voices heard. And when we win in November, that's when we start putting other things in place to make sure a lot of this ish don't happen again. Enough respect. Oh, by the way, get your concealed weapons permit. I am getting mine. Yes, sister will be carrying legally. All right, you get yours. We have to be proactive. We have to be proactive. Right on. Power.
Every time you tell me that you care, and every time you tell me that you will always be there for me, I know that I don't have to be scared. And every time you tell me that you want me, every time you say you need me there, and every time you hold me, I feel like I'm walking on air. You have me at hello. Think I loved you before I met you.
They try to fight me down, they try to try to pull me down, most of them wouldn't pay. Can't take none from me that you can't give to yourself. It's not that you don't like me, you just really don't love yourself. Love yourself. Are you mad that I'm a success? Or mad that you failed? Mad that you see my growth? That you're still the
Hi,
same.
Susan, you stay safe. Dillis, you take it easy, okay? Dillis, we talk. I'll go your call later. Stay safe, y'all. Stay safe.
Boys and police in town. Civilians take cover. The whole place like down. And every time them sound the gun, another one go down. Bad boys and police in town. Civilians take cover. The whole place like down. And every time them sound the gun, another one go down. One go down.